Hi, it's Chris Rides from Tyro Security here. This is the final video in our series that we're putting together in conjunction with the Diana Initiative. And it's basically focusing on trying to iron out the most common issues we see within the hiring process and hoping to just give a few tips that might actually help you pull more candidates in and get a larger pool of people, and especially diverse people coming through to actually right the way through the process so we can actually start affecting these underrepresented groups that we see within cybersecurity. So the last video is about making an offer. So it's really important you put your best foot forward. And the areas we're going to be covering, I call it knowledge is power and making it special. So we'll start off with knowledge is power. At this point, you really should have gathered enough information throughout the whole of the process to know how keen your candidate is, and also what it's going to take to get them to accept an offer that you put through to them. And it's really important that through every single stage of the process, right the way from the beginning, that you're having a discussion with them around their expectations, what they're looking for, because it does change as it goes right the way through. If you only ever did it right at the start and then you don't do it again, things change, especially if you've not been pushing your process through very quickly. Plenty of time has gone past and all of a sudden their requirements have changed. That's really common to happen. So make sure that before you even start putting an offer together, you know exactly what they're looking for. So again, ask and then re-ask. No offer unless you know what it's going to take. So the second part, making it special. You really want, when you deliver an offer, you want it to be such an easy decision for them to say yes, right? That should be really simple. And you always want to put your best foot forward. So don't nickel and dime your potential employee. When you do that, and we've seen it happen multiple times, when you do that, what are you telling them? What does it say about you as a company? What does it say about how much you value them? Right? What does it say about what it's going to be like to work there? You really want to put your best offer forward. So I would say to you, you want to look at beating their expectations. You know what it's going to take for them to say yes. If you can afford to do it, beat those expectations, right? If you can offer a higher salary than they were expecting, great. If you can throw in a sign-on bonus, we see a lot of companies doing that at the moment, or if you can give them some extra stock, it's a great way to make them feel really wanted and get them totally 100% committed. You got to remember, time kills all feels. And we said this in video two. You've got to put a realistic time limit onto your offers. If the candidate's going to take your offer, a majority of the time, they're going to take it within a couple of days. If you've managed the process well and you've been discussing everything right the way through, they're going to have been discussing everything right the way through with the people that matter to them, right? So if they have to ask somebody or talk to somebody about the offer, which of course it's a huge decision, that's understandable. If you've been talking to them about that, they should be already having those conversations. Now, that doesn't mean that they won't, and you shouldn't give them some time to think about it. But what it does say is that in my experience, if it takes them more than a couple of days, if you're giving them the offer on a Thursday and Friday and they're not coming back to you on a Monday, or you're giving it to them on a Monday and you're not hearing anything by a Wednesday, chances are your position isn't the one that they want. Now, of course, yes, there are reasons, specific reasons why that might not happen, but I'm talking generically here. And a majority of the time, candidates, we know when we go through this process, we know when when we know what the offer is, we know at that point whether somebody's going to take it or not. And if they're sitting and waiting, holding on to that, or, if you're giving them a crazy length of time, think about it, you can take a couple of weeks and they're taking the full 2 weeks, then the chances are they're either using it to get another offer elsewhere. They're telling them, I've got this offer. They could even be sharing the offer if you've given it to them in writings, just to be aware that that does happen. They may not supposed to be doing it, but that does happen. They could also just be using it to try and get a counter offer where they are at their current employer. And what there may be other, the other third thing they could be doing is maybe just buying themselves time to get through another interview process for their favorite job. So just be very aware, time still kills all feels. Show them you value them. It's really important that you're doing that. If you want to hire a person, this offer stage is absolute key, and making sure that you've done the right things throughout the process actually makes this final sort of close very easy. If you've not done everything right the way through, it's going to be very tough, and you're going to be sitting there not knowing whether you've got your person or not. So again, thank you so much for your time. Here's my contact details. I always say I'm not on Twitter that much. Most of the Twitter stuff comes through from my LinkedIn. LinkedIn's a great way to contact with me. I make an effort to try and get back to everybody. Please mention that you saw on these videos. You can give me some criticism if you like. You can tell me your experience. I'm always open to more knowledge. I don't know everything. I've been doing this for 20 years, so I've seen a lot, but you can't see everything. So please feel free to get in touch. Likewise, company's website is www.tyrosec.com. Feel free to contact me via there as well. So look, thank you so much. Thank you for the Diana Initiative for allowing us to partner with them to do this. I hope you found this useful. Thank you.